Round one. Ruby Wild. The Ruby Wild ramp card deck. Seconds playing against someone. He looks like he's playing the Blood Diamond. The Blood Diamond Angel deck. Ugh, this isn't great, but we do have the Chlorophyllia in hand, so we're okay. So we'll just open up with Ruby. We'll keep this. We do have 2 Crash Beasts, which is pretty good. Yep, Scrivener. Okay, so he's playing Scrivener. That's interesting. Interesting choice. So I should give him a GLHF. Open up with Ruby, and then next turn we'll play Chlorophyllia with our Wild Shard. It doesn't change even though we drew a Infusion device. So we will be able to play both these Crash Beasts, which is a pretty good opening. We didn't get that against the AIs at all. Yep, taking one. We'll be able to deal 4 damage with the Hex Engine with our champion ability once we get our champion ability online. Hex Engine will give us all that, and then Surge Mechanism gets us the rest of the resources we should need for the deck, really. So, go ahead and Chlorophyllia here, pass the turn. Try to save our clock as much as possible. It's to our advantage to, well, I guess I do want to play this Infusion device here for Ruby. Get my Ruby threshold here. I forgot that Chlorophyllia gives me a resource that turn as well. So that's a pretty eventful turn. Next turn, Crash of Beasts. Seems pretty good. Take the 1 point of damage here, so our board state looks pretty good right now. He isn't really doing too much. Looks like he might be stuck at 1 resource, maybe. I mean, that's kind of like an auto win if he's stuck at 1 resource here. Yeah, okay, well, that's not looking good for him. So Crash of Beast this turn, another Crash of Beast next turn, and that might be it for our opponent on this game. Yeah, he probably should have mulled that hand. I mean, I don't know what else is in his hand or in his deck, but I mean, I'm not sure why he stayed on 1 resource. I mean, most decks, it's hard to stay even at 2 resources in your opening hand. Okay, there he goes. Righteous Paladin. Okay. Becomes a 3/3 Righteous Paladin. Yeah, we're dropping packets all over the place. So I'll kill the Righteous Paladin with Hex Engine. I'll basically put it into play, get my champion ability online. Oh, well, it'll take a turn for that. Nice, I'll just swing it with Crash of Beasts and probably just let's see. So Hex Engine gives me 2. So it costs 4, gives me 2. I'll have 1 left over. I can still play Crash of Beasts in second main phase. So we'll just go ahead and swing it with our Rhino. Second main phase we'll play Hex Engine and Crash of Beasts. And then the next turn, the following turn, I can kill his Paladin with Hex Engine. Unless he trades his Paladin for this Rhino here, which I don't think he's going to do. And I don't see him giving up his Scrivener either. Although he could. So, yep, Hex Engine. And Game 2. He's losing a lot of time on his turn. I kind of wonder if he's a foreign player or if he's just thinking about things, or if he's looking at, if he's reading the cards, or what exactly is going on his side of the board. This is one of those decks where I pretty much just dump out my hand, so like playing without a delay isn't too bad. Okay, plays another paladin. His guy gets bigger. I can still kill him with the Hex Engine. I don't think he wants to swing in here though, because if he did, I just double block Rhinos and then I can kill his other Righteous Paladin. I guess he probably opened up with like a bunch of Righteous Paladins in hand and with the one resource and the Scrivener, and he was like, well, this should be okay. I guess that's probably what happened on his side of the table. Doesn't matter what I choose here. Oh, that's right, I can't use that ability yet. So I can't actually do it yet. That's unfortunate. Yeah, let's go ahead and sack the Infusion device to draw a card here. I should have done that first to draw a, see if I could draw what I need there. Play the bottle. This is what hasn't been happening in the past couple practice games, actually. What's happening right now, moving through the deck like this. Bottle. Go ahead and use the bottle now. Get my charge. Kill that guy. Attack step, swing for 9. So that was pretty good turn. He did get stuck on resources though, so I mean this isn't going to be necessarily indicative of what's going to happen all day. And plus I drew 2 Crasher Beasts in the first opening hand there. I'm dropping all kinds of packets right now. I might have to reestablish my connection here after this game. I think I'll try to do that and see if that helps. I don't know why everything's getting jacked up right now. Must be something getting recorded on the TV. Everything runs over our internet connection. We're a couple of turns away from playing Argus. It'll be some time before we're able to do that. Just gonna give his guy life draining, yeah, so he can pump his guy, sure. Gain some life back. Gives him a 4/4. Sure, swings in, but then I can just swing back for 9. I don't know if that's necessarily that great for him. I mean, he might have another play or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's the greatest. He's got a better blocker now, but now he's open for another 9 damage, so... Which I think I'm going to just go ahead and just throw at him because... Oh, how many times... He can't use his champion ability again. I don't know. I don't know if that was a great thing on his part, but it might have been. I still feel like I'm in the driver's seat here. So I'm going to put him down to 5. Start of my turn, nothing is happening. Okay, well, I don't have anything. My timer's running. I don't have anything to do here. I'm going to take my stream down to see if that helps. there it goes. That was a little annoying. Attack step swinging for 9. For 9. Play Jadiim. It's gonna repel one of my guys. Okay. Take 6. A lot of trouble with timers here. I'm going to try to reestablish my stream. See if it's better now. Could have waited on that, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just get it into play. Let's see, I've got 7, 8, 9. I'm pretty close to being able to play Argus. No attack phase, okay. So, pretty good chance he has repel again here. I don't think I want him repelling my Jadiim, so I think I'm just going to get to a point where I can play Argus and then start destroying his field before I start swinging it again. So let's play the Infusion device, and it's a pretty good chance he has repel here, and I can't really deal with that. Doesn't really matter. Resolve. Drawing something. Draw Tetalca. I don't have enough to play Tetalca here, so I'll just play her next turn. You can use Tetalca to kill his Scrivener and then swing in, and that should be game. Let's see, 8, 9, 10, or I could also play Argus. He has to sit on repel here, pretty much. I mean, he can't even like play anything. If he taps out, I win. So yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Versus this deck, I don't know, maybe some Burns. Yeah, Burn seems decent. Could go Burn instead of like Heavy Welding Bot or something. Yeah, pull the Welding Bots out, put the Burn in. Maybe get rid of some Infusion device for Burn. Just 2 Burns maybe. Do I need a full playset of Burn? Argus seems pretty bad in this matchup, but Guardian should be fine. Do I need... He might have Soul Marble. It's a very good chance he has Soul Marble in there. I don't know. I didn't see it, so I'm just going to play as... Well, I guess we'll play it safe and put a Chaos Key in for Soul Marble in case he has Soul Marble. Hex Engine will take down on 1 and put another Burn in here. So 3 Burns, a Chaos Key. I feel like that's pretty good for this deck to help us deal with them. Get rid of some of the ramp. We got rid of some of the high-end cards in here too, so... But there's not very much you can do. If I drop an Eternal Guardian, there's not a lot you can do about it. Actually, there's one thing. He can play Solitary Exile. So... He could solitary exile it. He's taking some time with his sideboarding, or his reserves, or rather. It's quick matches with this deck too, which is nice. I don't know, maybe I should have changed up more stuff. Heat Waves should be okay here, but it may not be amazing depending on if he gets his combo off. This is pretty good though. We're going to stick with this. We'll keep this. And so we get the first card draw, which isn't a horrible place to be in. So turn 1 Vitae. Looks like he didn't have his turn 1 Scrivener, so that's kind of good for us. If he runs a Knight out by itself, I have to Heat Wave it 1 for 1. Because otherwise it just gets out of range. Kind of sucks, but kind of has to happen. To play Chlorophyllia next turn unless he plays a threat of some sort that we need to Heat Wave, like the Knight. If he plays Knight, we Heat Wave. If he doesn't, then we play Chlorophyllia. Either way, we'll be playing Crash Beast on turn 3. I didn't even know he was in Diamond, or in Sapphire. I guess he just didn't draw it that game. Okay, so it looks like Chlorophyllia here. I've always liked cards that deck thin like Chlorophyllia. You got Crash Beast coming down. We're not actually playing Dorks in this deck because they die to Heat Wave. We're not playing any type of resource Dorks. We'll probably play the Ruby Shard here to help us get to where we need to be with that. Next turn, plays a Mentalist. It's 3 back end. I guess that's sort of problematic, considering we're running like cards like Heat Wave. But Mentalist doesn't really buff like a lot of the cards he was playing earlier, so I wonder if he sided it in. Just run out that Crash Beast there. I guess he could bounce my beast if he has like what's it called? If he's got Buccaneer, he can bounce. He can always bounce my beast, which is pretty annoying. Swinging for 2. Yeah, that's a pretty good combo. Mentalist into Buccaneer. Citizenry. Wow, that's a really big Mentalist. That is a really big Mentalist. Guess I'll be taking 4 here. 5 backhand. That's pretty rough for me to deal with right now with my current board state. I can't even burn to the ground it yet. It'll be 2 turns before I can do that. Taking 4. I can't even swing back, really. I'm kind of on the back foot because I don't want to take the extra damage from Citizenry here. So we'll probably be cantripping Bottle here. Yeah, we'll just cantrip our Bottle. We don't even have damage we want to do with Bottle. I mean, 1 point of damage is pretty incidental. There's nothing to target with it, so no reason to leave it on the board. opponent's a little bit behind on this clock compared to us. Okay, cantrips into a thing. We really can't do anything here, so we'll just sit on this board state, take 4 more damage. Pass a turn right back, and burn to the ground his big guy next turn. Yeah. That's unfortunate. That's that we had to do that. That we're gonna have to do that next turn. He's got 4 cards in hand, which is quite a lot. Could end up with like another Scissoring, or he could bounce his own Scissoring, buff his Mentalist some more. Have to stop Scissoring because it's gonna draw him cards. He's got another Scissoring. Okay, well that's just not gonna do. That's the sickness right there. That's pretty good. So I guess he's going to draw a card here because I can't really block. I'm going to have to kill this Citizenry instead of his Mentalist. He's going to get a card draw here. I actually have enough stuff to play my, what's it called, the big whatever guy. I have enough to play him. Yeah, I'll take 8. That's pretty crappy. Burn to the ground his Citizenry. Well, I'm top decking lots of shards here, so that's unfortunate. Taking 4 more damage next turn. I'm really just in a really bad spot right now. My champion ability doesn't do anything because I don't have artifacts. I'm just top decking too many shards. At this point in the game, I need to stop top decking shards. I need to keep getting spells. Every turn I need a spell or a troop or something. So he should be able to close this out pretty well. Should be able to close this out pretty easily, I would say. Oh, conflict. Well, at least I can heat wave his clergyman away. Be nice to top deck like Ragefire here, but I don't even think that will be enough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is pretty much it for me. He's drawing too many cards. He's just got too much aggression. I can't heat wave him out. Even double heat wave wouldn't work here. Ugh, yep, another shard. It's just, that's it. It's good games. So that's what this deck does sometimes. It sometimes chokes. Draws too many shards. Alright, well I'm definitely going to side out some of those burns now because I know that burn is not going to do it when most of his stuff is more than 2 toughness in the deck. Burn is definitely not going to get there for me. Luckily I have a pretty good clock right now, so that's always good. Alright, so we definitely don't want these burns anymore. We'll keep the heat waves. They might be okay, but the burn's not really doing it for me. Chaos Key's probably going to be a little bit better. Pulled out the Welding Bot. The Wrathwood Colossus might be interesting, but he can deal with Wrathwood Colossus pretty easily, so probably not. Jadiim, Crash Beast, Tetalca, that's fine. I still like having Eternal Guardian in here. He didn't have anything flying. any permanents, or nothing for me to Nature's Reigns, so I guess none of that stuff. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, let's hope we can get it to happen this time for us. I'll play first. Alright, not great, but we'll deal with it. We'll have a turn 2 Chaos Key or a Heat Wave if we need it, but last game, like, yeah, 3 toughness is pretty rough, and 5 is even worse. Okay, so he's mulling to 6, so that's good for us. So we'll open up with Wild. Definitely need Wild for this deck. Except turn 2, we've got a Chaos Key that we'll throw out there. I do have Jadiim if I can get there. Hopefully I can ramp into Jadiim or something. Didn't really draw any ramp though in the opening hand. I don't really have a lot of great plays here, so this isn't really looking great. Yeah, my opponent's timer is really running down. Nobody's even watching this. It's going to eat up my bandwidth. It's going to eat up my bandwidth. My stream is even running. It looks like it is. Okay, so opens up with Sapphire again. So you can definitely play a lot of his cool Sapphire cards. Yeah, I'm just going to get the Chaos Key up and running here. Although I could have played the Shards of Fate to play the Crashy Beast. That probably would have been the better play. I should have actually looked at that. Yeah, I should have played the Shards of Fate. So I should have taken a second on that one. That was a mistake there. Kind of a play mistake there. But we'll go Wild right now. Maybe we'll draw into a Wild Shard. Hey, there we go. It worked out. Crash of Beasts. So I'll probably play the Shards of Fate for Wild next turn, and then we'll have Jadiim to play. Turn after that, I guess. Oh, he's going to Buccaneer my Rhino, so I guess I'll replay my Rhino. Yeah, tempo is like Wild's worst enemy. God, I hate the tempo. But I do have Heat Wave for if he plays enough 2/2s. I'm okay with just replaying my Rhino here, so I'm just going to do that. What's going on over there? Sounds like people are falling off of things, hitting their heads. Yeah, I know. Can you take him into another room, please? Take him into another room, please. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and Heat Wave this next turn, because I don't want him buffing these guys out of range of Heat Wave. There's a very good chance he could do that. And it's a 2-for-1 for me, and that puts me in a good position because I can Chaos Key whatever he drops after that. And he can't counter my Heat Wave, so yeah, I'll pick up the Wild here and Heat Wave. Just Heat Wave those guys out and pass the turn back and drop Jadiim, and then it depends on like if he stays on his board state or not when we have Jadiim in play. Like, we can't really attack in if we think he has with Jadiim if we think he has Repel, unfortunately. It's very likely that he... Okay, there's Paladin. Well, we can deal with Paladin with Chaos Key if we need to. Okay. You got it. Alright. So run out our Jadiim to block him. Of course, he could tempo our Jadiim here, which would suck. But if he runs himself out of resources, then we can always play Rhino and swing for 10. That seems pretty relevant, but I don't think he's going to do that. I don't see him doing that. Exiles it. Okay, well, I guess I'll Chaos Key his exile to get my Jadiim back. Yep, okay. Does he not see the Chaos Key on the table? Just forcing me to Chaos Key his exile. That's all that's happening here. And he's going to make his Righteous Paladin a little bit bigger. I'm kind of in the same position I was in before, where it's like I need to draw more spells again, so hopefully I can do that. Hopefully I can just keep drawing spells. That's not spells. I'm just going to deal with his Righteous Paladin now. Seems pretty good. Hex Engine. And Chaos Key is Solitary Exile. And I get my Jadiim back. It's gonna Time Ripple in response so we can replay it, I guess. Alright. So you can still get rid of Jadiim. You just basically traded Time Ripple for the Chaos Key, so that's a respectable play. Again, still need to draw spells here. That's the big deal. Yep, replays it to target Jadiim. Target my Hex Engine. Yep. It's down to 10 minutes left, though, so if this drags out for too long, then it'll either be a draw, or hopefully I can just... I think if his timer runs out, that I take the match. There's a burn to the ground. We're going to have to save that for removal. Of course, he knows I have my Rhino. It's not really that scary, though. It's at 22 life. I mean, that's a pretty long clock. I did because no one was watching it, and you're occupying my bandwidth. By just leaving videos running, no one was even watching them. You're not watching them. Let's see, I can burn to the ground his face for 9 right now with Hex Engine resources. So you can repel my Rhino, but I kind of want him to repel the Rhino, so we'll just go ahead and swing it with Rhino. Ragefire is helpful for removal, although it only deals 2 damage. So with Ragefire, it's 2, burns to the ground would be another 9. So it's 11. So I have 11. So once I get him to 11, I could try to go that route. Maybe it'll take 2 turns to do it. So it's not the best. He's top decking shards. It's always good for me. Doesn't look like he's got anything really to do right now, or not too much gas left. And there's a Surge Mech. Okay, well that'll put him in lethal for the burn to the ground there. Attack step. We'll see if he's got his repel this time. See if he top decked it. I don't think he did though. Of course, he could have counter magic as well, so I do have to be aware of that. Although at this point in the game, like, he's got so many resources. If he does have counter magic, whatever he plays, he should have enough resources to counter things. So probably use it to defend his guys. Top decking more shards. So let's see, we've got 9, 10, 11, minus 1 would be 10, so I can deal 10 damage to him. Where's the secret lab? Let's see if he counters this. He kind of needs to. No, he's not going to. So we'll secret lab here. Let's see what we draw. I'll throw away the bottle, sure. Surge Mech. Attack step, swing in for 3. Okay, deal 2 to the face here. I haven't seen any troops. He has to top deck troops here, so I can basically, I should be able to burn to the ground to win, unless he has counter magic. I haven't seen a single counter magic out of him in 2 games now, so likelihood of him having counter magic are pretty low to deal with this burn to the ground for the win here. Plays a paladin. There's 1 card left in hand. Very likely he doesn't have any type of removal. Yes, perfect. Play that citizenry. Awesome. He was holding on to citizenry because he wanted to buff something with it the whole time. So burn to the ground will win the game here. Because he has 0 cards in hand. Even, you know, obviously he can't counter anything. So Hex Engine. Hex Engine for 2. Burn to the ground for 11. And that's good games. Yep. So just kind of pulled it out there. Again, that should have probably been his game because he's tempo. But yeah, kind of got lucky on that one.